Ken Whiting with Paddle TV, and in this episode of Paddle Tales, I'm continuing my early season tour of North Carolina. I've moved about an hour west of Asheville to the Nantahala Outdoor Center. Now this is one of the premier outdoor centers in the country, and it's had a huge impact on the paddle sports community and industry. It's developed 23 Olympian paddlers and has introduced a huge number of people to the magic of the river and to whitewater. Now in this episode, I'm doing things a little bit differently. I'm not hopping in my whitewater boat. I'm going to hop in an inflatable kayak, the way that a lot of people get to experience whitewater for the first time here. And specifically, I'm going to be using and testing the Sea Eagle 380X, which is an inflatable kayak that's designed for both flat water, river running, and whitewater.
Paddle Tales is produced with support from NRS, Aquabound, WileyX, Sea Eagle, and Ontario Creates.
What's cool about NOC is that it's based right alongside the highway at the bottom of a spectacular gorge, the Nantahala Gorge. And it's a perfect place to gather socially after a great day on the water. There's just so much to do, and there's so much activity surrounding this one place. You feel like you're in the center of it all. The Nantahala Outdoor Center is a really unique place. And to show me around, I have a longtime guide, instructor, and all-around good dude, Will Norris.
Once you begin your trip downriver in one of the duckies, you're going to quickly find out that it's not just about going downstream from point A to point B. There's so much good stuff in between. You'll learn to identify the river features like the eddy lines and the surf waves, and even tricky little spots that you can challenge yourself with to take smaller routes and different routes that some of the bigger boats out there can't take.
Cool, so mine's bigger, Will.
I see that.
But yours is yellow, so that's pretty cool too. When I started whitewater paddling, the idea of hopping in an inflatable kayak was kind of like giving a mountain biker a tricycle and saying, go have fun on the trails. It just didn't register. It didn't even occur to me to do that. But as the years have gone by, one of the things I've really come to enjoy is trying all sorts of different paddle craft and experiencing different ways of going down a river.
The inflatable kayaks, which we also call duckies, are a unique craft. They allow for you to make some little mistakes along the way as you're learning how to paddle your own craft on whitewater and better prepare you for more challenging water or more challenging river craft ahead.
You can get away with making all sorts of different mistakes, but not flip. And if you do flip, you're sitting open in the kayak. You'll just fall right out. How far do we have to go?
3 miles on the table this afternoon, and we're gonna enjoy this middle section and give us 5 miles all the way down to the Nantahala Outdoor Center. At this launch point, we're gonna start off with a Class 2 rapid going around a right-hand bend in the river. And guess what? There's a rock at the end by the name of Delabar's Rock.
A buddy once told me that whenever something's named after someone, they were the first ones to run it or the first ones to completely make a mess of it.
And this one got its name from John Delabar. He pinned and broached not one, but 2 canoes on 2 attempts on this particular rock down here.
What if I wrap there? Can we call it Ken's Rock?
We'll have to change the river sticker and the t-shirts and everything, Ken.
All right. The great thing about rivers is you never really have to question which way to go. Downstream. I don't know about you, but when I'm paddling in inflatables, I kind of feel naked without having a shell over top. I feel like I'm exposed.
The freedom of these duckies is also a nice feeling sometimes.
The Nantahala is really unique in that it's inherently a very safe river. People with almost no experience or no experience can take their own boat down the Nantahala. But at the same time, experienced paddlers can challenge themselves on these waters. So it's got a really unique mix of user-friendliness, but opportunity for challenge and play. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, what river you're on, what kind of kayak you're in. A surf wave is a surf wave. And you gotta surf a wave when there's a surf wave.
Let's go with the first one. How about that?
What I love inflatables.
Sea Eagle surfs nice on that wave. It did, yeah.
How about that?
Just held right on there.
It just stuck. I'm surfing! I'm full of water! If you could design a wilderness river from scratch, the Nantahala would be pretty close to the blueprint that you'd want to use. All of those sections seem to really focus on warming you up. They start with some pretty chill whitewater, and then they get more and more involved, and then the rapids climax with Nantahala Falls.
Nantahala Falls is the classic Class 3 rapid, and it's the final rapid of an 8-mile run on the Nantahala River. And for so many people, it's their first experience conquering a Class 3 rapid.
And like taking newbies through, that's what I always try to do, is eddy out in that left eddy that the kayaker just did, because it breaks it into two pieces. This Class 2 approach, the Class 3 finish, and I seem to have a better success rate whenever I break it in two instead of just one big white blur coming at you.
All right, well, let's do it.
You bet. We've got some crash test dummies coming through here real quick too. So.
Now, Nantahala Falls isn't the most complicated rapid. It is pretty straightforward. You have to just work your way between two holes. There's a hole at the top and a hole at the bottom, and you cut between the two.
What makes Nantahala Falls challenging, right? There's a big hydraulic in the middle and a big hydraulic on the bottom left. The goal is to split the line between the two of them and avoid being munched in those hydraulics.
Well, I can't think of a better way to end the day than with the biggest rapid of the day. Ending the day with the biggest rapid of the day, followed by dinner right on the riverbanks. That's the way to end it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and if you did, make sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to Paddle TV, and if you're interested in seeing the full review of the Sea Eagle 380X, well, stay tuned, because that's coming as well. Spoiler alert, fun. I'll see you again soon for more Paddle Tales. Wait for me, Will!